There's something unsettling about an unsolved crime, a mystery that lingers in the air, forever haunting the place where it happened. Some cases fade into history, while others refuse to be forgotten. This is one of them, a quiet town, a peaceful home, and a single night of unthinkable horror that would change everything. Welcome to the Villisca Axe Murders, a crime so brutal, so chilling, that even over a century later, it remains one of the most terrifying mysteries in American history. The year was 1912, the town Villisca, Iowa, a small, tight-knit farming community where everyone knew everyone. It was the kind of place where people left their doors unlocked, where Sunday church gatherings were the highlight of the week, a picture-perfect town until the night of June 9th. The Moore family was well-liked and respected. Josiah Moore, the patriarch, ran a successful business. His wife, Sarah, was active in the church. They had 4 children: Herman, Catherine, Boy, and little Paul. That Sunday, Sarah had organized a Children's Day service at the Presbyterian Church, a day of celebration for the kids. After the event, the Moore family invited 2 young friends, Lena and Ina Stillinger, for a sleepover. It was supposed to be a fun, innocent night. As the town went to sleep, the Moore family and their guests tucked into bed, completely unaware that someone was watching. Sometime between midnight and 5 a.m., an unknown intruder entered the Moore house. The doors weren't forced open. Did he slip in unnoticed, or was he already inside, waiting in the darkness? What we do know is that once he began, there was no mercy. Josiah Moore was the first to die. The killer brought the blunt end of the axe down on his skull with such force that his face was nearly unrecognizable. He then turned to Sarah, striking her repeatedly. But he wasn't finished. He moved to the children's rooms, methodically killing them one by one. Even the youngest, little Paul, just 5 years old, met the same fate. The Stillinger sisters, sleeping in a separate room, were also brutally murdered, but there was something deeply disturbing about their deaths. Lena Stillinger, 12 years old, showed signs that she had woken up perhaps moments before she was killed. Some believe she may have even fought back. When the horror was over, the killer did something strange. He covered all the mirrors and windows with cloth. He placed a slab of bacon next to the murder weapon, and then he vanished. The next morning, the town awoke to a nightmare. Mary Peckham, a neighbor, noticed that the Moores hadn't come outside. When no one answered the door, she called Josiah's brother. What he saw inside scarred him for life. The crime scene was a gruesome puzzle. Blood spattered the walls. The killer had struck with precision, yet left behind no obvious clues. The axe was found in the guest room, wiped, but still stained with blood. Police had no idea where to begin, and then the theories began. Some believed the killer was a drifter, possibly connected to other axe murders in the Midwest around the same time. A man named Henry Lee Moore, no relation to the victims, was convicted of a similar crime and became a suspect, but no direct evidence linked him to Villisca. Then there was Reverend George Kelly, a traveling preacher who had attended the Children's Day service that night. He was known to be unstable, obsessed with young girls, and had allegedly confessed before later recanting. But was he guilty or just a disturbed man seeking attention? Some pointed to Josiah Moore's former employer, a man named Frank Jones. There were rumors of a bitter feud. Some even suggested that Jones hired a hitman, but again no concrete proof. Despite multiple investigations, interrogations, and even a trial, no one was ever convicted. The Villisca Axe murders remain one of the most perplexing unsolved cases in history. Today, the house still stands, frozen in time. Visitors claim to hear whispers, see shadowy figures, and even feel an unseen presence watching them. Is it just the power of suggestion, or is something still lingering there? More than 100 years later, the town of Villisca has moved on, but the spirits of that fateful night may never rest. What really happened in the Moore house that night? Who held the axe and why? Maybe we'll never know, or maybe the killer's secret still hides in the shadows, waiting to be discovered. What do you think happened? Comment down below. This is The Deep Dark, and I'll see you on the next case.